and I have a very serious pear shape of body, and water retention, you name it, I have it. And when my angel comes, he doesn't look like an angel. He looked like, he's just an ordinary person, but he's my ex-boyfriend, and his name's called Chris, is my mentor. And in that moment, I find he was just trying to challenge me. I didn't feel he wanted to help me, but in fact, I feel like intimidating by him. He always say I look fat, but when you look back, I realized that is the best thing he did for me, which is he tell me the truth. And then just ask yourself, is it how many people around you can able to tell you the truth and to honest to you, and then you take that as a positive feedback and then do something about it, right? So I'm very fortunate. I have him and his mom as my mentor. And within a short period of time, I get my, not just about losing weight, but I get my health back. I get my energy back. And the most important thing, I can able to maintain that kind of shape for more than 12 years. And when I pregnant, during pregnancy, I using the nutrition every single day. And after gave birth, that is my look. I did CSEC, and within a short period of time, I made a decision. I wanted to look the best shape of my life, right? And even a coach, you have no different. You need to go through the steps, right? You can't be say, I'm a coach. Today I made a decision. I wanted to lose weight. I want to get my shape. And then tomorrow you get your shape back, right? It's impossible. So one thing I wanted to give you advice in this moment is consistency and being patient with yourself and to around you, the people around you. So make sure these two words is always in your dictionary. Being consistent and being patient. Okay, so like I achieved my best shape of my life this year. I'm 40, my body age, yay. After 40, I still able to maintain my 18 years old. So nutrition is definitely a big round of applause. Okay, so today I talk about is dream. Most of the people in our society think about dreams is just luxury car, luxury home, dream home, vacations, or like able to spend time with loved one, shopping, dream body. All this, most people think about dreams, right? This is true, but not just that. This, something a little bit deeper today we're going to talk about, right? Okay, and then of course we're going to talk about attitude as well. Attitude is everything. If you have a dream, if you wanted to if you want to earn that kind of income in your, like oh, I want to be like Grace, I want to earn 10,000 when I'm 24, age 24, and is that just by working hard? Is it just by luck, or is something she did is slightly different, and then she able to make it happen because of all this? So today we are very fortunate. We invite a few people, and then they of course they're doing an amazing job for the past couple of months. But I wanted to ask some questions related some of you as well, and then so you can able to understand how they achieve what they achieve right now. Okay, so this is one of the things. Also, I share this in a coaches group. Some of you might see. Most of the people to see success, it's just the trophy, the recognitions, the money, or the things they do, right? But the things you didn't see is the hard work, dedication, make it happen, overcome challenges, and the good practice, the good habits, and then the sacrifices, right? The sacrifice. So I want you to remember this. Whatever you see, the people who achieve, they are not just by luck. is what they have done, which is most people don't see. And then I want you to take a photo of this, or you keep this, yeah, okay? And then also, this is another thing, success people do what, and then unsuccessful people do, right? The comparison. And then if you come across some of the people in your you meet, and then they say they wanted to make a change, but when you ask them or give them some tasks, they will say, oh, no, I'm very busy, or I have to have this, or like I'm so scared, what should I do? It's not like, I'm just telling you this. This might be an opportunity to share with them. If you wanted to make a change, this is the element you need to have in you. And then I want to help you to improve this. So instead of judge them, you are not this, you are not that, tell them the truth of being a successful person, what element they have. And then share with them, and then tell them, hey, you can make a difference, you can make a change. All right? So like some of the slide I wanted to show in a short while, but right now I wanted to invite the first person. Hold on one second. I need to unshare. Okay, great, unshare. Yes. So like I wanted to invite this person, and then she did amazing job. Her attitude, I always say, we call top A attitude, right? So if you don't know what is top A attitude, ask this person, okay? So without further ado, let me work on the slides. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, very good. So without further ado, I wanted to invite this amazing lady, and she did the best one ever last month, and none other, my kampong friend, Manisha. Very good. Can you unmute your mic, please?
Done.
Okay, very good. How are you today?
I'm excellent, Mama Yann. Thank you for inviting me today.
Thank you for saying yes as well. And so I just wanted to let me get you a spotlight. Okay. And then, yes, okay, done. So like, tell me a little bit about yourself, or like every single one. What is your background?
So my background is I'm born in Hong Kong, just like you. I'm Manisha. I am 42 years young, mom to a 17-year-old, finance manager by profession, and a person who used to weigh 70 kilos last year. It's really amazing because I was looking at my photos yesterday. I don't recognize myself. I used to weigh, yeah, that's my birthday last year, Mama Yann. And at that point in time, I was actually going to the gym. I had a personal trainer. I used to go for runs. I used to go for walks. But, you know, no matter what I did, my weight kept on coming on. And that was when I was 41. I'm 42 this year. And even though doing all these things, there was version 1. I call myself version 1.0. So I was that. And when I met my coach actually on Facebook, and I've been stalking her for 2 years, but never had the courage to actually, send her a message. So I was stalking her for 2 years. Finally, when I became that big, and the realization came to me was when I used to be a UK 10, and then I went to 12, and then I went to 14. And then one day when I walked into Dorothy Perkins and I couldn't even fit into UK 14, I actually had to try UK 16. And I was like, no, that's not going to happen. I'm going to do something. So I took a courage and I actually called this lady who I was stalking on Facebook, and my coach Meili, I called her and we had an evaluation together. And the first thing she asked me.
1 second. I wanted to ask you, Manisha.
Yeah.
What Meili post attracted to you, and then so you give her a text or a call?
So she posted the before and after of Courtney from Rhythm, where I am actually working with now, partnering with Rhythm as well. So I actually saw that photo, and half of my mind is like, I don't know whether this is true, whether it's possible, But you know, by that point in time, I had already paid so much money to the gym, to the personal trainer. Oh, I also used to do Cambridge diets. So I used to do these fad diets, which, you know, makes you slim down temporarily, but the moment you stop, you just bomb. And then, so I met her on Facebook, and she did a you know, wellness evaluation with me. And then the first thing she asked me was about my food. And I was like, wow, I've gone so many places, nobody has ever asked me about my food. And that left a mark in my mind. You know, it was like, and she was really detailed about my food, what I'm eating. And you could see that she had a general concern for making me get to a certain level that I can achieve. So she kept on asking all these questions, and it was really a mind opener for me. So I'm so grateful that I actually went through that. I joined the 10 days lean and tone program. And today, thanks to the entire team, thanks to you, thanks to WXS Network, Wellness Experts, and everybody all together, I have managed to lose 20 kilos. Yes, that's the picture of my coach. That was 13th of February last year. And the earlier picture you saw, my birthday is in January, and that was my January picture. And that was 26th January. And this is 13th February, just 2-3 weeks later. And this is, yes, my transformation. I've lost 20 kilos now. My body age, that time was 60 when I started. Now my body age is 24. And my body fat was 41, and I managed to go down even to 23 just before BTC, which got cut off. But you know, Mama Yan, if you don't mind going back to that picture, the first one, if you look at my birthday picture, just look at that face. I mean, there was a lot of stuff going through my head at that point in time, and I couldn't fit into clothes. I just felt tired. I felt not happy, depressed going into those clothes. You know, I felt like, how am I going to get out of this? I need something, and I need to make it happen. And so I spoke to my husband after I met Maylee on the wellness evaluation online, and she was in Perth, right? So the first thing I did was like, you're in Perth and I'm here in Malaysia. How are you going to make me lose weight? So I told my husband, and my husband's like, look, you've already spent so much of money all these years trying to lose weight. It's only a little bit more. Why don't you just try it and see what happens? What have you got to lose? Maximum you lose money or you lose weight lah. So you try. So yeah,
so
we can go back to the time.
Write it down, everybody. And so that why not is also very important. And you know, despite all the you know, trial and the disappointment, but why don't you get one last try? Write it down, others. It's very important. One last try. And you know, for us, we committed to our people. So like and you know, it definitely works. So to ask them, you already have tried so many things. Why don't you give yourself one last try? And I committed to you. So write it down. This is something you can talk to. Sometimes you have customer, they have doubts, they try so many things, they have bad experience, but you can use your heart instead of using too like, you know, like what is that called? Just use your heart to talk to them. Okay, continue.
Yeah, so we can go back to the second slide now, where I've actually met Maylee the first time, and you know, she kept in touch, she kept WhatsApping me, she kept calling me, sometimes we did video calls and stuff. And the next trip where her husband Jason, who's also my coach now, my mentor, both of them, he came down and he made it a point to come and meet me. You know, even though he came down just for a few days, he made it a point to leave that mark, to leave that impression that we care. Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about, like, you know, your coach is far away, but you never complain. In fact, you feel you're very proud. My coach is not around, but you know, our relationship, it doesn't mean is, you know, like, can you share a little bit more? How often you guys talk?
Every day, every single day, even until today, from 13th of February, whether it's a WhatsApp or a call, it was like almost every day there's something happening. You know, I always, first it was about me. You know, what was I trying to do? First, the why I started was me, because I wanted to get in shape. And then as I went along, there's so many more whys that I'm carrying now with me, with so many people that I'm also transforming along the way. Because so the reason I started this was for me. Okay, that was first happened. And then the second thing was, then when Maylee came down, we all met up for dinner, including my husband. And again, they made it a point to catch up. And after that, I think the next slide, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, yeah. So yeah. So after that was I kept on working on myself, and then I remember going for coaches training where you were there, Mama Yan, and you told us to write down a letter to ourselves that what we want to achieve in few years, next year when we come back. And in that, I actually wrote down that I wanted my husband to get transformed because that's the next slide, Mama Yan. And because he was really big and he was also in his 40s, so it's obviously as a wife you're really scared when your husband is so obese. You always worry. So my goal was, after I passed my goal, my main goal was to make sure my husband also gets started. Even though I was already in the program 6 months, but he never showed any interest to get started. Eventually, one day when I was sharing my why with him, and he said, "You know what? I will do this for you." And I was like, I was in tears. Yeah. And even when I see this photo today, it's really nice to help your own family. So the first thing is, before you start helping others, start from within yourself. Why is it that you started? What is it that you want out of it?
Very good.
And then by doing so, I started sharing more pictures on Facebook, and I noticed there's so many people who are going through this, just so many people. And what is in it? Like, why is it so difficult for people? So I should share. So I started sharing. And the one thing I do is I'm very, very committed to each and every person who comes under me. I don't just drop them. I don't just not take care of them. Even if I can't call them for a week or sometimes a few days, I will make sure I call them at some point in time, because it worries me when people don't get results. I want everyone to get results. So I share with them how I went through it and how it is possible. So I remember this event that I went for last year, the MDW. I can't remember the guy's name who came down, but the one thing he shared was the only people who cannot lose weight on this program is aliens. Humans, anybody can lose. So I really believe in that. And he's been doing this for 20 years. So I really believe in the mentors. So I do the same thing. I practice the same thing. When anybody tells me they cannot break it, it's all about mindset. It's not you cannot break it. It's just your mindset. You can do it. And I'm there with you to do it together with you.
Very good. So like tell us a little bit more how or when you decided to start sharing or learn to becoming a coach. When as the time, or like is it your coach say something, or where do you see this opportunity to become a coach?
Okay, I remember this very well. I got my best friend started, and I'm originally, as you know, born and bred in Hong Kong, so I got a lot of friends back home in Hong Kong. So I got my best friend started under my coach Meili, and she's in the States. And then after that, another friend. So there were about 4 or 5 of us. It was a small group. And then my best friend told me, Manisha, you are actually teaching us so much. You're grooming us so much. Why not you also try and do this? And I'm an accountant by profession. And I was like, I don't know anything about nutrition. I don't know anything about it. But she said, you're doing such a good job. Why don't you try? And Meili always encouraged me, when you want it, I'll be there. It's up to you. So finally I told her, actually, I didn't even tell her. I think by the time I just started coaching together with her, I became a coach by kind of default. Like, we were coaching so many of my friends together, and then suddenly I know that I'm becoming a coach. Of course, I attended all the coaches training. I went for the coaches academy. I never miss any of the events. Whenever my coach says there's an event, I'm there. Whether it's online or offline or at the club, I'm there. Like, however busy also, even if I get a call from Ryan and say, Manisha, do you want to do this? I'll tell Ryan, just give me some time. I'll get back to you. I'll never say no, no matter how busy. Like last month was my busiest month of the year because I'm an accountant. So I had to file taxes for the company. And I really had to work until even 5 o'clock in the morning. And even if I have to do something, be on the action team or... Sorry, can the DJ mute everyone? I have a lot of sound coming in.
Can somebody help me to mute? Yes.
Yeah. So whenever any of the coaches call, no matter how busy also, even last month was like 31st August was tax filing date. I never say no. I said, just give me some time. Let me just finish the thing for the day and I'll get back to you. So not only for my for action team, even for my downline, my ladies, my clients, sometimes I finish my work quite late, but before I go to bed, I will make it a point, at least if the meal reviews are missed out, I will do the meal reviews. If it's like putting in the time, putting in, and never say no, because people have planted a seed of expectation when they talk to you, when they sign up with you. So like how my coach did for me, she planted that seed of expectation and she made me achieve my goal. So it's only right that I do the same.
So Manisha, can you share a little bit why you know, like for example, you sleep only a few hours and then you have 2 jobs or 3 jobs now, actually. One is, you know, accountants, and then, you know, at home, you have to taking care of like both, and then being a wellness coach. So, but you never say no. What is the reason? Why?
One of the things is I try to do everything to the best of my ability. And also, for a long time, my coach always asked me, what is the reason I'm doing this? What's my why? And I didn't know what my why was until I did the Jim Rohn video with my coach, which is the 3 videos for 1 hour. You sit and write down. And Jim Rohn, he's such a good mentor. And in that goal writing, I figured out why I was doing it. Because I wanted, yes, I'm an accountant and my husband's a lawyer. We're pretty well to do, touch wood. We're doing pretty okay. But how long are we going to keep doing this? You know, how long are we going to keep running our business, doing my finance job at his firm? You know, we need to plan our life. Yes, we may have 70 years, but I don't want to work throughout the entire 70 years. I want to do something I'm more passionate about. And this, I realized that this is something that brings a lot of passion to me. So I want to plan my retirement early with my husband, but it doesn't mean retirement means I don't do anything. I want to continue doing what I'm doing now, which is coaching, being a wellness expert coach, and go into retirement together and plan my life. I don't want my life to plan me. I want to plan my life.
Very good. And then, so like, can you share a little bit of like, you know, the code you always use for yourself, or you wanted to encourage other people?
Yeah. So ever since I joined this transformation program for myself, the one thing I never did before was personal development. And in all the trainings that we go for, there's so much of personal development training, and you really sink in and think what you're doing and why you're doing certain things. And one of the guys who I really follow, and there's just so much depth in what he says, is Jim Rohn. So like he says, happiness is not something you postpone for the future, it is something you design for the present. And this is exactly what I have done. So if I've done this just for my transformation, I can do it for everything else that happens in my life as well. Okay. And then the typical attitude of people, or when I become 60 years old, or when I become 50 years old, I will definitely get hypertension, or I will definitely get cholesterol. It's normal, but it's actually not. If you take care of your body today, and that is the only body you get one chance to live in, the body will take care of you as well. But you have to put in the work.
Absolutely.
You cannot expect it to just happen.
Fantastic. So can you share with us your one, right now, your goal and what you want to achieve within this year, 1 year goal?
So my 1 year goal is to be able to empower more women to do what I am doing, for themselves, make themselves a priority first. Do it for yourself. And I'm telling you, it can be done. If I was there, if you see my first picture, I was there. And it was my last year, 2019. Now it's only 2020. Without having to go under surgery, without having to take any pills, without having to do anything unnatural. So I want to show people that you don't have to live with the situation. Because fitting into big clothes is one thing. The kind of confidence that you lose, you feel depressed now fitting into good clothes. When you take photos, you want to be not in the center. You want to like hide halfway, or don't even post photos on Facebook because you don't like how you look. Cover yourself up with too much makeup. That's not what I want people to know, that they have to keep living. They can do this. And I want ladies to understand and empower themselves, and then empower other ladies to do the same. I think it's a gift that you can pass to anyone and everyone.
Excellent. The last but not least, Are you reading any book recently?
Oh, yes, I am. Okay, I'll come back on that. I forgot to bring that. Okay, I'll see if I can find it
No problem.
online.
So like
I,
it's great to have you
it,
today, and I'm very very excited about what you have done. Just wanted to share it with some of you. Manisha has been doing amazing job since the first day when she committed to wanted to get her the transformations. She always do more than what her coach tell her to do, and at the same time, if for a person she wanted to help people, but she always do much more. And then last month she did 6,000 volume point by helping people. And then of course, volume point, it doesn't mean anything. It's but how many people she have reached and have transformed them. And then all these people, how grateful to have her in their life, right? So it's, we always say pay it forward. This is a very good example. Thank you so much, Manisha. And then later on, you can show us your book, okay?
actually, I have it. I'll show you the book later, but I want to also explain why it helped me in the last few months.
Yeah.
So during MCO, one of the things during when we were doing MCO, we were doing a lot of personal development in our wellness experts group as well. And one of the things I realized I was lacking was reading books. So every morning, no matter what, I at least spend just even 4 pages of a book. If I don't have time, at least 4 pages of a book. And the one I was reading was by Brian Tracy called Goals: How to Get Everything You Want Faster Than You Ever Thought Possible. And one of the things that left a mark in my mind was they did a survey for a group of students who wrote their goals down specifically, and those who had their goals in their mind, and those who thought that they will set some goals. Those who actually got their goals written down, they far surpassed and did 200% better when they finally graduated out of the university. So writing down, whether it's daily goal, weekly goal, or monthly goal, is very important. Even if it's a simple thing like, I'm going to make sure I finish my meal plan today. I'm going to make sure I finish my water today. I'm going to make sure I call 3 of my downlines today. That writing down the goal daily, weekly, monthly, annual is very important. So Brian Tracy's book of goals. Yeah. I'll try
Very good. Thank you so much, Manisha. And
thank you, Mama Yann.
Thank you. So the next person I wanted to invite, let me stop sharing first. And this has been an amazing journey. I see her to grow tremendously since day one. And from an introvert, a shy lady, to right now to help not thousands of people, but like hundreds of ladies, and to transform. And despite all the challenges, she do it even better. And then without further ado, let's welcome our second panel of the day is Zova, soon to be get.
Hi, thank
you. Very good. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. Thank you for this opportunity, Yann. Thank you.
Thank you for saying yes to us. And, one thing I always want people to know you a little bit more, right? So like, of course, some of you know Zova, but her story is incredible. So today I wanted to, take this opportunity to interview her a little bit, right? And then so tell me a little bit about yourself. So where are you from and why are you in Malaysia, and tell us a little bit more.
Yes. Hi, my name is Ulfa. I'm from Maldives, but I have been living in KL for the past 6 years, going to be 7 years now. Yes, that's me. I love hiking, so this is my last trip on hiking trip. Yes. I'm 49 right now. Yes, this is me before I started on this journey. Actually, it was like when I came here also, it was okay, but slowly I can start my weight going up and up. Even though I was always going to gyms and doing sports and everything, it was very hard for me to lose weight. Even though I might lose 1 to 2 kg, but it always goes up. So I was looking for, I did quite few things to lose weight, but I never managed to maintain it. So I was going through my, Instagram, and one day I came upon Coach Ben. Maybe you can show the slide, Yann. On the next, yes.
Okay, Zova, I ask you, what Ben did in the post to capture your attention and also for you to call him?
Oh, well, he always posts on the transformation pictures and the stories. I was wondering whether this is true or not, because I did few slimming things and all these kind of things, but which never worked. So I sent one of my friends to him. I was doing my my uni days here, so I had one of my friend. I asked her, "Can you go and see him?" So after 3 months, I saw like she got her transformation. So I said, "Okay, I'm going to meet Ben." So 6 months, I was like, deciding whether to go or not to go. And then finally, I asked one of my very close friends, Naomi, whether if she can follow me, because I was very shy to go alone. So she went with me. And on the same day, I started with Ben. I was very impressed with everything, the evaluation, the health evaluation that he did. So yes, that's my first day meeting Ben.
Very good.
So
while are you here? Are you working, or are you just fully taking care of your children?
I moved here because my husband is a pilot, so he started working in Malaysia. So we have 3 kids, but the 2 are already grown up. One is 26, one is 22, and the younger one is 10. So that means like I have to take care of her because I'm living in a different country, foreign country, and I don't have anyone to take care of her. So I have to be full-time housewife and a mom. So it was very hard for me to do anything for myself, or, I have to be committed in the house.
So like being a housewife in Malaysia alone, what do you normally do? Like you just put your 100% to your daughter, or like do you have any hobby?
Actually, I was putting 100% on my daughter because when she started schooling, I had to enroll her in something. So I enrolled her in swimming, which is like every day, like after school, 3 o'clock, I have to take her 5 to 7 to swimming. So it's my time consuming. I cannot go anywhere. I have to take her to the training place. And on weekends, the training will take from morning until evening. Some days, every month, like 1 or 2 swimming competition will be there. And I was really focusing on her, and she got a lot of medals. Like you can see all the medals there. So that was what I was focusing on. But focusing on that, I was like neglecting myself, and all the weight was putting a toll on my health. And it was very hard for me even to drive sometimes because of my knee pain, or like to walk around, to stand with her on the swimming competition for a long time, because I had my back pain. So with age, it was age and weight very hard for me to continue.
Yeah. So listen to this, everybody. Like, why I'm asking this question, I want you to know, it's definitely, there's a point of time they find I had enough. I wanted to make a change, but I don't know how. Where can I find this, vehicle to help me to change, right? So when that moment, and she found this on Instagram, even she's very shy, she asked somebody to go replace her first to get the answer, and then she finally go. So like I wanted to ask you, how many kg you lost, and then what is the the transformation story?
You can go to my next slide. Yeah, the next one. Sorry.
Wait, which one? This one?
Yes, this one and the other one. The next one, sorry. The next one.
Which one? This one?
No. My transformation. Sorry. The next one.
No problem. And what you can do, keep going.
I actually lost 15 kgs. And then I lost body fat of 12.5% of body fat. So
okay.
Yeah.
And then keep going. So like one thing I wanted to ask you, right? You lost 10, how many kg in total, you would say?
15 kg and 12.5 body percent. And I never put them back again. I mean, like, as I told you, it was very hard for me to maintain. But past 2 years, I started in April 2018. But then since then, I have never put on any weight. Yes, that's my before and
Excellent.
after.
Okay, so being a busy mom, your daughter, and then you did an amazing job. You bring her to swimming competition everywhere, early practice and stuff like that, and then that's, you know, a part of the trophy is goes to you actually, right? But at the same time, I wanted to ask is to, you know, start talking to people, inspire people on the wellness journey. When and what your coach talk to you and you start seeing this as something you can help others.
Okay, maybe you can go back to the training picture. Actually, when I met Ben, it was the next one, previous one. It was yeah, this one. Actually, I wanted to lose weight. My first why was I wanted to lose weight and be healthy. Along the way, my family also, my kids also started using. As I said, Zoha is a swimmer, so I give her the shakes. She's 10 when she started. So to build that energy, I mean, like repair her muscles, I give her the shake as well. So I saw this, like, how to say, it improved my, not only me, but my family as well. So without me even realizing, I became a supervisor in January. So Ben keep asking me,
which January? Can you tell us which January?
2018 January. I started in 2018 April. I became a member in June. So I became a supervisor without me even realizing that. So Ben always like being there with me, and he always like show me what's possible, but it never registered to me till then. Then he took me to the next slide. You can go to the next slide. The the spectacular in January. So he asked me, I went. I didn't know what I was doing. I just went. And then when I saw the energy, the people, you can see WXS there, it was like this kind of energy that I felt really like I wanted to do this. I wanted to be like them, you know, this kind of energy. I wanted to pass this. So I said, okay, I'm going to do this as well. But I like, this was my first training, and I didn't have much training with me or the knowledge or how to do it. So it was a slow process to build my mindset whether I want to do this, you know, in long term. And then yes, that's my mentor, Yann. Actually, from day one, Ben never missed a chance to take us to meet Yann. I can tell there are so many times, even lunch or dinner or gathering, or just to go and meet her at the club. He always makes sure the energy that Yann carries is passed down to me. When I met her, it was like I wanted to be like her. I know I'm 50 years, but I wanted to be like Yann. How she does, like, so effortlessly helping people, you know, never tiring, like always that smile and, you know, doing everything. I wanted to be like that. I wanted to give myself more, and yeah, it was like a passion for me to do this. So yeah, thank you, Yann.
Thank you. So like, you know, I wanted to ask you, for some of you might don't know, this 2 months has been a very challenging month for Zofa. Passed away, right? And she have 100 reasons, thousands of reasons to stop whatever she's doing and to focus on herself, her you know, to take care of the family. But at the same time, she, you know, it happened for a reason. Because of that, she able to find a few of her really good friends, and then also started the journey for a while, and to take care of the front, you know, front line, right? and for her to take care of herself personally. But because of that, can you I know it's it's not easy, but you are a very strong person so far. And then can you share a little bit, the feelings you went through, and how grateful you have your team with you, right? And so can you share a little bit more?
Hi, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this, sorry.
You are being such an amazing lady from day one, from the very, very like shy introvert person to become who you are right now, have completely transformed. And I would say it's not just about taking the product, but for you is the personal development. You're able to follow, so teachable, follow the guidance of what Ben share with you, and at the same time during the difficult time, you can able to find the support around you as well. And your family also being part of this journey for the past month. Can you share a little bit of your sister and your team as well? Okay.
Yeah, the month actually I was looking forward to this last month, August, because it was Journey to be Fit Mom's new version of 21 days. It was supposed to start on 10th, so I was working very hard for that, and my team as well. But on August 1st, I heard the news that my younger brother passed away. He's very close to me, like he's like my own son. Like he's only 35, so I mean, like, you don't expect like those kind of news to come to you when you wake up, right? So it was very hard. I couldn't even get up. Like for a week, I couldn't get up. I couldn't even eat. I couldn't do anything because I didn't understand. But like it was very, very hard for me. Like Yann said, I always go for training. I never say no to anything. Even Ryan asked me to do this month. Like I have to cancel on that. I never do that. Like I never cancel anything. I always try to be there for everyone. So then, like it was going on 9th, I think. I realized that like everyone, like my whole team, they stood up, like they took the leadership, and like Ifa, Shana, Sofa, like they called Yann and Ben, and they started leading the whole. We had like about 60 to 70 clients with us who depend on us. And then Yann was, I mean, she was there for me all the time. And then this was her new thing that was coming 21 days. So if I just give up.
One thing I just want to, Zova is very close to her brother. But what I want you guys to know is that moment, the leadership step up. So some of you need to know, being in the traditional business, maybe you're doing one-man show, and life strategy counts. And you have, no matter what, you have to able to step up yourself. But in this community, all of us as a family, all of us care about each other. And then when this happened, we decided, okay, Zova have to step down, but her team step up. And then this moment, I would find, wow, what this is not just about the building the business, it's the care, the trust, the bond, all of them to show each other. So I want everyone to give a big, big hand to. So Zova, can you share what is the magical thing? And then when the people decided to step up, what happened to your team last month?
Oh, I didn't even know, like they created their own group. They didn't even like bother me. Like they step up, they started calling Ben, and they they just did everything by themselves. I don't know, like.
But one thing is amazing is some of the team members start calling Ben, start calling me, and then they say, I wanted to take care of, right now, what do I need to do? How can I support? How can I able to do this? And this is what the reason you wanted to have a group of people with you. And I mean, it's amazing, yeah? And so, the attitude, the dream, Zova.
Yeah.
You share with me that day. What is your dream? What is your vision?
My vision is like, for me, this nutrition is not only like, to change, to lose weight. It's more about like your health, your mindset, attitude, the lifestyle, everything that contributes. So for me, I want to help everyone. I want people to know about eating habits, like, the good nutrition balanced meals that you can take. And yes, some people say, why do you have to use Herbalife nutrition? Why don't you eat the normal meal plate and you can still be healthy? But there are so many people out there for 10, 20, 30, 40 years who have accumulated body fat and weight that they cannot, on their own, they cannot lose. If they started eating healthy, the calories become too much. So this nutrition is 40 years and scientifically proven nutrition that can help your body. So why not with this, you change your life? And this is not only like helping you change your, get to help you weight lose, but being at home like a mom like me, give you the opportunity to earn something, part-time income, or do something at home, So for me, my vision is to spread this to those who cannot reach to it. I want to give my best to work towards achieving that. Spread this all around.
So like, something I want you to share about right now, what you're grateful for. And then there's some, the quote from you I wanted to know. Can you share with everybody?
When we go back to the other slide, my goal for next year. Yeah, this one.
This one, okay.
The next slide. Yes. These are my team of girls who actually step up for me when I had my trouble month. And they actually brought me to get one, the first cut. So I want to help each of them to realize, get team within the year. That's my goal. That's what I want to achieve.
Very good. And then the last but not least, you wanted to give us the quote you can you're reading right now?
Yes, my gratitude actually is for my family. Without them, it's not possible. Because when I started this, like I said, I was very shy and I was very committed to doing everything in the house. So if my husband and my kids didn't help me, it would have been very, very hard task for me to give. Because this I treated as like 24/7. Most of my clients are abroad, so I have time difference. And I give them like my full commitment to do that. My family really helped me to do that. So I'm very, very grateful to my family, my team, my mentor, and my coach even. And then my book, yes, actually, if you can go to the slide of my book, during this journey, I started reading this book, The Mindset, Change Your Mindset. And I have a slide in that to show you what, these kind of fears. Yann, if you can go to the next slide on, I think you're stuck. Okay, this is The Alchemist. If you can read, I really love this book. Yeah, for things to change, this one, limiting stories. Because we always have these kind of limiting beliefs that we are not enough, or we are not doing well, or negative thoughts about people, and all these things actually help like all those negative feelings that I had, I changed with the trainings, with personal development that I had with WXS platform. So I'm very grateful to that. And I started doing more development and reading more stories. This is Robin Sharma. And
thank you so much, Zova. I love to have, you know, you're sharing more, but like we have another 2 person to share. So thank you for your time. And I, you know, get to go. Okay. We wish, you know, we give you all the energy and support. Okay. Love you. Thank you so much.
thank you.
So right now I wanted to, you know, have this, we have another 2 more panel, and, you know, they define, they represent different. So Manish, you know, expect at the same time working for the husband, and then have so many different roles, but she able to do this, right? And Zova is a housewife, and then come out from her, you know, own. And then the next person is, you know, she's been ongoing in our team training all the time because it's just amazing. Her attitude is amazing, and then she did do an amazing job as her age. And then none other, let's welcome our third panel is our newly qualified Active World team member, Grace. Woohoo! Hi, Grace.
He cannot. Hello everybody.
Hi, thank you for your patience. So like just have a quick, you know, introduction about yourself.
Okay.
And then there's a few question I asked before. So like help me to share, and I'm gonna make your slide, okay?
Yes, no problem. So hello everybody, this is Coach Grace over here. I am truly sorry if my background is a bit noisy because, to be honest, that's my biggest struggle on finding a space that is very quiet, so I could actually really do a very nice quiet evaluation or even a training like this. But I'm going to share to you the story later on about that. But yeah, so here's a little bit background about myself. So what happened for me was that I graduated about 3 years ago from TAR. So what I majored in, I was actually majoring in mass communication in PR. So I love communication, I love meeting people, and I graduated. So going up next to the next slide. So what happened was that after graduated, I have always been wandering around. So I don't know what to do. So what happens is that instead of settling down in a job itself, I went to do a very different source of freelance and also part-time. So I was a really legit part-time queen back then. So what I did was that I was a food host. So I go to different restaurants and go to different places to interview the cafe owners, and at the same time to help them to take photos of their food and also introduce the places. And going to the next slide again. So I also do MC for different events or conferences and things like that. Then going to the next slide, that's where my dad told me that, yo, girl, it's time for you to settle down because, you know, you have been basically what you call it's jobless for quite some time already. So what happened was that I decided to, okay, great. So I always wanted to work in a social media company, but what happened was that, so my dad was always a person that is in corporate. So he wanted me to work in a public listed company. So from that itself, I landed in a job for about a year plus itself. I have great, I wouldn't say I have great boss, but I have great colleagues. But at the same time, from that itself, I knew that I wouldn't want to do this for long term. And that's where I actually slowly explore the opportunities online. Yeah, so I started to look what else could I do apart from photography and stuff like that. So slowly along the journey, I actually met my coach from that. I remember back then what I did was that it was during lunch hour. So I was just stalking through because I was eating lunch myself. And then I was stalking through that I think I saw her profile somewhere. Then I decided to follow her. I stalked her for about solid 6 months itself. And then every lunchtime or every time when I was jamming home, right, then that's the time where I really explore and see. And slowly the journey I'll share with you later on. But what happened next is that my last job itself, I was actually a branding manager and a content creator. Yeah, so like what I mentioned earlier, I always have strong passion towards social media, towards marketing, towards photography, videography. That's where I landed on my job. So now how do I, yeah, sorry.
And you've been mentioned quite often, quite a number of times is about your dad, right? So being in a family, are you the eldest in the family?
Yeah, I'm the eldest in the family.
And then so like you have your basically the expectation is in you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like so basically in the traditional family, it's definitely the elders always have that expectation. But why even though most of the people will just listen to their family, but you somehow it's always give you okay, I will follow, but I wanted to do other a little bit more. Why is that so?
Yeah, very good question. So I think the reason being is because that looking at where my family situation at is that I don't think if I were to follow my dad's footstep or even my parents' footstep that I will land at the place where I want to be. Yeah, so that's where I knew for sure that I know he won't listen to me. So while he thinks that I'm listening to him, let me try out different things.
Okay, very
Yeah.
good. It sounds like Robert Kiyosaki.
Mm.
Yeah, very good. So like okay, when the time you met her finally after stalking Hui for 6 months and then you decided what is the decision you made? You say, okay, I need to call her now.
Because she looks so pretty. Nah, just kidding. Of course she's pretty, but at the same time, I think one thing for sure is that that time I remember it was on June, and I just felt that half of the year has just passed like that, and I don't want to. And that time when I was working, I was just feel very stuck in a routine, and I know that if I find another job, the routine is gonna be again and again and again. So what can I do differently? So I roughly know that she's doing Herbalife, roughly know like that, but I don't know how she do it because she do it so differently from my friends that are also running the business. Yeah, so
Okay, so
that's
you heard
where,
about Herbalife before already.
yeah, my friends in squash are actually drinking it, and I tasted it and I was like, wow, it tastes so bad.
So like you actually you heard about the name and then you see people taking it, but you're still willing to give it a try because Hui did differently than other people.
Yeah, and because I just have that sense that I just felt I could trust her. Yeah.
Okay, very good. So like what is the transformation? Can you share with us?
So this is my very little humble journey. Now still ongoing. But yeah, so this is me when I first started until my progress. I wouldn't say the best, but definitely I am looking forward towards my next results as well. Then going through the next one as well. So this is actually one thing that I definitely want to share because last time I used to have very severe pimple issue that I really go through laser and stuff on. Yeah, so from that itself, I never knew that the aloe and the shake kind of helps in a very long term, but it actually helps in a way to really helps to cleanse off and detox off lah. Yeah,
Wow.
then slowly I realized that my skin gets better. Yeah, but now I need to sleep more. Yeah, and then this is the photo where the second time when I met Hui Li when I was here to review and I became a member that time, and I remember I think it was a lifestyle day. Yeah, so my very first event towards Fit Club, right, or towards coming to the club, it's not Fit Club. It's actually during Lifestyle Day, and that's the moment that I fall in love with it. Yeah, because I
Mm.
really love the whole idea where they have snacks and everything else, and yeah, so I really love the whole idea. Yeah, so
So
that's where it slowly planted me the idea that I macam boleh can do what Hui Li do also.
very good. So like you get amazing transformations, and then what makes the decision you wanted to start talking to people, wanted to learn how to become a coach?
Well, I think the intention and the mindset, right, actually already came in even before I started because I had to spend every money very carefully. That's why I remember that when I actually went to the club and do the evaluation, I even told myself that okay, I'm not gonna buy Herbalife But then when the moment I went there, I saw Hui Li, and Hui Li is so pretty, and then she was doing the evaluation very patiently. And I thought myself, okay, let me start with the cheapest program. So I started with the 10 days. That time was 320 ringgit. Yeah. So from that itself, I told myself that, okay, you know what, the next one, if I were to see that I'm gonna continue this, I'm gonna make sure that I am gonna make this money back. Yeah, so that's how I actually started to really fund my own program.
Wow.
Yeah, and also to earn some part-time income. Yeah.
So okay, and where you got your first customer?
So I got started on the month of June, and then from July onwards, I became an ambassador. And then my ambassador, the first person was my ex-boyfriend, and then afterwards it was Jia Ying. Yeah, Jia Ying was my very first official customer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So like I wanted to ask you particular this, what is the biggest, you know, challenge or like lesson for you to learn how the whole journey since you become a coach?
I think the whole challenge, the whole journey of me becoming a coach, the biggest challenge, and I always remember, is that I think I what also don't scared. I am never scared of rejection. I'm never scared of anything else. But I'm very scared scolded by my dad. So so he is always the person that I'm very afraid of, or I'm very fearful of, because I respect him very much. So I want to make sure that every single thing I do, it's actually like I'm giving back to him also lah. So if you look at this photo over here, this is my dad. So my dad actually got me at the age of 20 years old. So he's only 20 years older than me. Yeah. So a lot of people always thought last time when he sent me to school, right, he very paiseh one. Then he always buys spectacles and make him look older because he look very young. And then he feel very paiseh. And then last time he always dressed all those very old clothes, so he looked much matured. Yeah, but one time, you know, when teachers saw him, they always see that, oh, it's your brother. Then I say, no, it's my dad. Then he's like very paiseh, then that's our and then jiao already. So yeah. So like over here in this text, why I wanted to show this in this slide, it's because this year itself, July was his birthday. And then so I told him that, you got any place mau go, you know, just want to treat him lah. And then he asked me why. Then I said, cause it's your birthday lah. Then he said, don't feel like celebrating, try something cheap. You spent a lot already. Then I just put the tears up face lah. Then he told me that he's very stressed. Then I sent the emoji love. Then he called me Min Min one. Yeah, but he's very kind to me, call me Min. When he wants to scold me, he call me Grace. So yeah lor. So yeah. So what happened was that, like, through this text, and also one of the Sundays when we're going to church, before MCO back then, we were having a conversation for lunch. And then I was saying that, wow, this place looks so nice. Like, you know, I was just randomly scrolling through Instagram or Facebook. There was like this viral page that showed this very nice scenery. And I said, well, this is the place that, you know, we can all go together. Then he just said, wow, one person spent 1,000, better cuti Malaysia. The whole family spent 1,000. Then after that, he told me that, you know, actually I realized one thing. The moment I gave birth to you, I never been on a vacation before. So I think that's one thing that really makes me work harder, as in my why changes along the time. Because at first it was just wanting to fund my own program, wanting to have my own extra income as my extra savings. But slowly along the journey, my dad was the biggest why, because I wanted to give back. Yeah.
Wow. So like, can you share a little bit of, do you write any goals or like short-term or long-term? Can you share a little bit of that? And, you know, the motivation, definitely, the button is your dad. I can tell. When you start talking about that, your tears will come. That is your button. But what are the other things in your life you wanted to, or you know, goals you wanted to achieve? Like,
so personally, because since young, I have always wanted to go travel as all. Like, of course, it sounds very generic that everybody wants travel, but legitly since young, when I told my dad that I want to go for, you know, like all those primary school, we have like 1 day trip to the Petronas and all, right? So I never been there before because my parents couldn't afford. So what happened was that, like, ever since young, I have always have the urge that how come my friends, everybody can join along, but I don't get to join. So last time I very despised my family because I freaking poor. Yeah. So one thing, if you ask me that what do I really want in my goals, right? Actually, I just want my own space. I just want to be able to afford, you know, as in to be able to support my existing family and also my future family. Yeah. I never have the thought of having like really big houses or expensive cars. Maybe soon, haven't reached there yet, but yeah. So right now the thoughts that came in is just if I can support my whole family or even retire my parents, and then slowly along the journey I build up my own space, my own studio.
Yeah.
I think that's my current goal at the moment.
That's very, very good. And, another thing is, what is your next step? Have achieved your active routine. So what is your next goal for
Yeah,
herbal?
but before that, I definitely want to share, if you can see in this photo itself, this is my last job that I was actually working as. I swear it was one of my dream job that I've always wanted to land it on. I remember I was during uni days, one time I was telling myself that, well, if somebody can pay me to do stories editing, how good is that? And then this company itself was offering to me, and they were very kind to me. And best part is the boss itself has leadership in it, where every morning when I enter to the workplace, he will get me to read up the 7 habits of highly successful people, and declare goals that I want to achieve today, and before I go home I need to complete them. Yeah.
Wow.
So I have really a good boss and all. But then what happened was that because of his leadership itself, I realized that I'm not suitable for the company because I'm not looking to be here for long term. And I felt so bad for him because I don't want him to waste training on a girl or a person. Yeah. And that's one thing. But another part about it is that because during the whole MCO period, it makes me realize that what security is. Yeah. So from that itself, I decided to put down the letter and I decided to become a full-time coach. Yeah, but just want to share something is that there's a story, if I am allowed to share, maybe just another 5 more minutes, that I actually have this tiny crisis that happening previously. So what happened was that I quit my job. So my parents still doesn't know until now. So once I quit my job already, I was saving really hard to make sure that I don't really spend a lot. And then after that, I save it all in my bank account. And then right after I quit my job, I think it was the first week itself, right, on the last week of having my job, I was actually being scammed, like online scam. Maybe some of you guys saw my stories, but I didn't really explain it through. But basically, long story short, I lost about 7 to 8,000 ringgit Malaysia. And to be honest, for a 25 years old girl, that's quite a lot. Yeah. And it's part of my saving. And I couldn't, and that time itself, the whole money just gone case like that. And then I remember that moment itself. It was Sunday morning, I got scammed. And then what happened after that, I straight away called Malaysia. I said, I really cannot do the HLN because I'm in the Balai police right now. Then she said, okay, no problem, it's okay. Then after that, I got into the Balai police for the whole evening by myself. And then I was just crying by myself and I don't want to tell anybody. And then afterwards, during the night time, I just pick up myself and I just say that it's okay, 8,000 only, right? Huili earned 20 plus thousand. It's okay. And then I'm sure I'm gonna get there somewhere. And then I just buckle up myself. From there, the night time itself, I had 3 evaluation, quite close to retails. Yeah.
Wow.
So but to be honest, that moment itself, it was very painful because that feeling of having no money at all, it scares me a lot because the next day I was Empire Blender. I went to the supermarket to buy papaya and I have no money to pay it.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah.
So this is definitely a lesson, but it's also give you that kind of motivation to make you get out there and really focus and work, right?
Yes,
So,
correct.
on the
And
other hand, you feel like this is, oh my God, this is crisis, but at the same time, it's also another opportunity for you to see, wow, I can able to work and then earn back. So as a result,
yeah.
what happens?
So during that, I had two options because it was the last week of me working in the job. My boss even counter offer me, tell me that he's gonna increase my salary by 2K and give me a free MacBook. And then I had the temptation, but I just say myself like, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. So
Wow.
I still quit and I just go from basically starting from zero, and I just build it up. So I had two options of either going back to work or even just come out and straight away work, straight away go full time. So that time itself, I told myself that let me just go all out. Like I best on myself. Like if I never try, I don't know how far I can go. Yeah, so that's what happened. So last month itself, on the month of July, sorry, 2 months ago, it was the month of July, first month of full time. So that month itself, I earned about 7,000 plus. And
Wow.
then last month itself, I believe it would be about close to 9. Yeah. So I just want to say I'm really grateful of all this. And also, if you can see in this photo itself, right, all these amazing people, this photo was taken last year. I think the 4 events right before MCO. And all these people, 90% of them is no longer here. I think one thing that is so amazing is that because people that stay are people that grew today. Yeah. So if you go to the next slide. So what are my goals right now for year 2020? This is a really amazing chart that I actually planted, and these are all my supervisors at the moment. So they are all my first line and second line supervisors over here, and I have this strong goal in mind that I really want to achieve get team by this year. And at the same time, how do I do it? Instead of chasing for the pins, I just want to focus on really helping my downlines as well. You know, helping them to change and the lifestyle. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then going to the next one. So just now that one was supervisor, and these are the kids that are on intern coaches and junior coaches. They are all very new. They are all very brand new. So my goal is to really help them to reach either to supervisors or even to work team itself.
That's
Yeah.
good. So like I only have 2 minutes for you, but like I wanted to ask like you know, the quote you wanted to share with everybody, and of course your gratitude for your
Yeah, sure. So I always have these two quotes that is in mind right now throughout my whole journey, you know, of going through all these things. I learned one thing about first thing first is what I think Ryan mentioned this about this before, is that your challenge will either be your trainer or even a teacher. So it's either it's gonna teach you a lesson or it's gonna train you a new skill. So once I got the hang of that, right, I don't really get scared of challenge, but instead I know for sure I'm gonna pick up a new skill or even learn something new. Yeah, so that's how I embrace challenges right now. So it's okay if they come, but I know for sure I'm gonna learn something. Then the next thing itself is by Simon Sinek. So this is the book that I also really like. Actually, it was being shared by Jason long time ago. That it said that your vision, dreams, attitude, that, you know, people don't buy what you do, but people buy why you do it. So that's why how I actually recruit people or how I share to people, it's always by sharing my vision, my mission, and also their possibility to be here together. Yeah, so if you see all these photos here, I'm really really grateful for just two things in my mind always. It's my brothers, my family, and also wellness expert. Because honestly, this is, if you can see this photo, I think it was my very first or second coaches academy back then at TWC. And that time we don't really have any other clubs. So this was the actually only club, all of us gathered here. So I remember it was the Tuesday night or Monday night thing. Then I was always jammed on my way all the way there. Then I just attend and learn. Yeah, and I really like this photo over here because it really, everybody is in white, and at the same time, it's I borrow my eyes to see the vision for all of you guys. Yeah, so I'm really, really grateful for everybody here, including Mama Yan, Jason, Meili, that really walked me through a lot of things, and also my dearest coach, Hui Lee. Yeah, so that's about it.
Thank you, Grace. Thank you so much for, some of the story you never shared before, and I'm really grateful. And the biggest challenge in life and in death is actually the universe or your somehow is telling you, are you sure? Are you sure you wanted to be here? Are you sure you want to take this as your lifelong career or business? Are you sure you wanted to make it happen here? And then somehow that in that moment, it might be the most painful experience because wow, about 8,000 in that moment. But when you look back, you will say, wow, if it's not because of that, I won't make it to this far. And then that's how, it's things happen for a reason. And then take that as your, story to share in future. So thank you so much, Grace. Thank you. So I wanted to ask all of you, and I wanted to ask our coordinator of Ryan. Ryan, this person, I really wanted to ask him to share. And then, but at the same time, it's going to, it's already 3:30. Do we have 5 minutes for him? If everyone say okay, I will continue to invite this person come out. Can I allow for 5 more minutes for everybody?
Everyone, if okay, say okay.
Thank you so much. And I really appreciate that. Because, yes, thank you, Ryan. So today, all the story and then the way I ask, right, is, it's slightly different than just a training, but it's deep down into the personal level. So of course we have to take a little bit more time, but this person, I need to invite him. And then this, for me to see him from the day one in Publica to now, I think he have transformed 1,000 times, right? And he's one of the fastest growing, and he's, right now he's making history in Malaysia. And then he's the first person in Malaysia, Indian nation, the first Indian nation person in Gen H to qualify the first cut, get 2.5, and none other. Let's welcome Ben. Come on up.
Thank you very much, Yann. Thank you, guys.
So I'm so sorry to put you
problem.
the last, but I saved to the last because
the
of
best
you.
piece stays the last.
Yes. So can you give us a little bit of your introduction?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you very short, and I'll just spare what's the really, really important part. So basically is that I got to know this. I was actually very, very back then, very, very skinny, and I was very active back then in the school sport days. Name it, I was actually into all sports. I was into running, and I was the greenhouse president, and I was into the athletic. I was the badminton. I love to take the lead ever since I was in high school. Not because I want to show I was the best, because I want to make some change on it. Especially this greenhouse thing, right? The blue house been winning for the last 6-7 years. And the year that I got into the president team, president position, I actually made the team to win for the first time in the last 6 years. That satisfaction gave me like the wow. Then I went to the school and everything. So this kind of character was already inside me for a long term. And if you can see, yeah, that was me. I used to do long distance running and everything. And I always wanted to put on some weight, but it was very difficult for me. So what I actually did was I tried a lot of way to gain weight. I couldn't, until the point that, long story, I wanted to become an aircraft engineer. I wanted to work with aircraft ever since I was young. And then I tried to go piloting, but I couldn't. Firstly, is because it cost more than 300,000. Secondly, I got 3 younger brothers to go, and fourthly, I'm wearing specs. Right? So there's a lot of procedure. I'm like, okay, let's go to engineering. Then I still work with aircraft. So long story short, I went through, I graduated. I was working there. It was fun. Then I specialized in helicopter. But I got to know Herbalife when I was an aircraft engineering student. So the age of 22, 23. There was a time when my dad actually got in an accident and his company went down. So he was not able to pay the money for the tuition fee. So I actually started to look for an income opportunity. And I only $30 in my wallet, and there was a sign up called data analysis needed. bank in 30 ringgit, you get. So I bank in the 30 ringgit, also the fella run away. So it was a scam. I don't know that. And then there was this lady on the online shows that lose weight now, ask me how. So I text her, can you help me to gain weight? Because I knew that if I want to change my life, I only need to change the way how I look. That was my first thing I actually know. And long story short, firstly, I get a haircut. Okay, that was before the haircut. Okay, so I get a haircut done. And after that, I was like, I want to gain some weight. So I saw this lady texted, hey, my coach is coming to Singapore, coming to KL for during Chinese New Year. So I went down to her house, knocked the house and everything. She did for me the scan, hula la la and everything. Then she said, great, you want to get started? I'm like, okay. She showed me the plan. It was 400 ringgit. And then I opened my wallet. I only get 10 bucks. So you cannot start with 10 bucks. So I told her, is there any way that I can actually help you reduce my cost? She said, yes, you can. Will you like to earn some part-time income? And then she asked me, are you serious? I don't understand why she was asking me that question, but I said, yes, I'm very serious. Great. And then she actually got like, okay, how much part-time income you want to earn? I was like, oh, just 1,000 ringgit. Then she asked my why I want to do it. So I shared the whole entire journey of it. I was not able to pay my tuition fees. I'm like just daily on it. And it was very hard for me. And I showed her, then she told me, okay, great. To sign up to become a member, you need 100 ringgit. Open my wallet again, it's still 10 bucks. All right. Then I told her, give me 1 week, I'll come back. But the funny part is that she helped me fill up all the form already. When I want to come to pay, I'm like, oh my God. Then in her heart, she was thinking, that goes my 100 bucks of HMP. But I told her, give me 1 week to come back. So I went to all my Chinese New Year friends, collect all the ampao I needed, right? And when he got 70, 80 bucks, I said, not enough, fine. So I gambled. For those who here, I'm not encouraging you guys to gamble. Okay, no. So I gambled, I played 21 and I actually won 100 ringgit. I was like, thank you very much. This is the blessing I actually received. So that's how I started my HMP. So the intention over here is that no money, no problem. No initiative, biggest problem.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah.
So like this is your transformation.
Yes,
then,
this was my first transformation.
I just wanted to ask, right? Not even have enough money to pay for the first round. How do you able to have the money to buy your nutritions after that?
Okay, so my first month I signed up as HMP member. Only the second month, I just bought 1 aloe and 1 calcium. I didn't even have money to buy on the shakes yet. Okay. Why she did that is because she told me aloe helps me to cleanse my intestine. I was like, okay, great. If I cleanse my intestine, I can eat more. But that 50 to 52 was just in 2 weeks when I start to see the results. I start to post to people, especially my mom start to see the results. And she was my first client who got started in. And from there, I started subsidizing my own program. Then I bought another shake, subsidizing my own program. So that was the way how I was doing. I was sharing out more my results. I don't have Tanita scan. I don't know Yann. I don't know Jason. I don't know. I was just having a envelope of all the before and after food. And that's all. I go down the street before and after. Okay, you want? Okay, great. Flyer, done. Before and after. That was the way how I got started. Old school. No Tanita scan. Yeah.
So very good. And what makes you to take it to the next level? Because you are basically studying and in doing this, and then how many challenges or like how many rejection you face at the beginning? People trust you?
No, because firstly I was very skinny and I was actually like I'm just doing alone, so it was very hard for me to convince and to share people to it. Even like 1 or 2 people guys started, I wasn't able to retain. I don't know how to coach them and everything. But thank God my sponsor and upline, okay, I'm grateful for them. They actually connect me to Jason and Meili Jason, Meili, Benny in Publica. That's how I actually got to know them on my second year actually. Yeah. So I'm actually grateful for them. Right. And this was actually my first event that actually attended. That was the first time I actually met my sponsor after 8 months of signing up.
Yeah. And then, so this is Stephanie.
Yeah.
What about the first event you went to, and what message you get it after?
So my first event I actually went to is because it's actually Queenie's event, and that was the time that Steph is going out for her GET team. And the message was actually very excited to see Casey Lou actually, because he was my inspiration to gain the weight. So when I saw him, I was like, whoa, like superstar kind of feel, right? When I take photo with him, if you see, I'll be wearing the same jacket every single time because that was the only jacket I actually had. All right. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. So like, what is the most challenging thing or lesson you learn?
Hello. Yeah. So the most challenging and the difficult lesson that I actually learned is that how you want to control of your emotion, right? Because emotion is what's going to determine your growth of your business. And it used to be like happy means it's very happy, sad means very sad. It just goes zup, 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 zup like that. Because of that, my business actually goes that. So this trainings actually helped me to teach me how to smoothen the ripple effect of the wave. Yeah.
Very good. And throughout this whole journey, you know, talk about your family, right? Your family from nobody. You know, we saw one or two your brothers, but what are the change right now? What is the change in your whole family?
Well, the change right now is that previously is that my family didn't really like me to do this Herbalife at all because I studied for aircraft engineer, and my dad was very expensive of that. Secondly is that my second brother is actually very, very hot tempered, and he's in the call, no problem. He's actually very hot tempered, right? So my mom actually told me long time ago is that he told me that is there any possible way for you to help to change him to be a better person, to be a this one. So I told you that giving me some time, I will definitely make this happen. So this platform actually have helped me to be a better elder brother in the family as well, to provide what my brother needs, to provide my family needs. And at the same time also, it's not just mentally, physically, but also supporting them in financially as well, any situations and everything. It's like they know that, oh, big brother is there, he's there, you know, everything, okay, he's there. So that gives me a very strong that why am I actually working very, very hard? Because they know they are now only just growing in the market. They're now like 20s, getting out. So they need to have someone who's very strong behind to actually support on it. Yeah.
Okay. So what is your dream? And you know, one thing besides that is you have you get the mentor, which is Jason, to give you the you know that the side of you, and then you get Meili that side of you. Can you share a little bit more?
Basically speaking is that each and every mentor actually learned something out from them. So Jason is very good at strategy, planning, numbers. That's his strength. So I actually learned from that. And Meili is more into communication of skills. So I actually learned from that. Yann is more on motherly love. So I learned how to communicate with that. So each and every mentor have actually molded me to where am I right now. And that's why I'm saying like, that's how I actually qualified to become an active world team together with Ryan and Sini actually in 2015. And that was the magic moment that happened to me. Yeah.
Okay, great. And then, so this is your milestone.
Yes.
And, so you know, when you achieve your get team.
I got my get team in 2019. So that was like 4 years stuck as an active world team. And I do not understand why. Because I understand right now is because I wasn't able to fix my inner self. When I fix my inner self in terms of mind, spiritual, emotion, physical, when I get to the next level of my results, the pin changes. And I didn't understand that. So when I actually start to understand that the cycle of life, things start to move even better and better. So 2015, yes, was active full team. 2016 and 17, the business was doing not so good. So I went to a full-time job. And then 2018, I decided to resign my full-time job and I wanted to like go full-time. So I resigned and I re-qualified as an active full team back again. And 2019 was a get team actually. Yeah.
So remember last year, you have just a very handful of people, and then and in such a short period of time, you grow so much. What are the things you wanted to share with others, and you know, what is the magic?
Well, the magic is basically is that firstly, I always start from myself first. Always that when we have a new mindset, when we have a new results, when we have a new mindset, everything will start to, and I start to work harder on myself by building more new lines, right? And start inspiring my team. And I started to do in a very small way, where I start only doing a focus group where there's only 3 people in that. There was Jay, me, and Nirosha and Dino, I think. And slowly it start to grow and bigger and bigger and bigger. And right now we actually have 3 different focus groups. One is for non-supervisors. We have about 20 packs there. And another one is for senior from supervisor towards before world team. We have there about another 15 there. And we have 4 key leaders in my team there. Yeah. So each of us, we actually do a little part, and we take a role like a team. So I take care of the internship training, and Zul and Dino actually take care of the ambassador trainings in my team. So each of us actually have a role onto, and we all merge this thing all together as one force. That's how I actually wanted it to be. Yeah.
Very good. So like, can you share a little bit of, I have to skip some of them.
Yeah.
Like, I want you to share, what are the message you wanted to share with new people?
New people, what you actually want to do, you need to actually be very, very detailed about your goals. Your goals is very, very important, because only by you laying out your goals as detailed as possible. There is one slide actually shows that I actually set my goals always not on the January. I actually set like on December onwards to pre-plan what I wanted to do, right? When I actually set that, I don't just set them. I actually break down exactly what I know. Yes, this is the one. So I break down exactly what I want. So on your right-hand side, you see that is my yearly goal, right? And what I do, I break down to what I need to do in the business, in the center. And last one is my monthly, every 3 months goal. And I have like every 3 months break into monthly goal. Monthly goal is divided into weekly goal divided into daily goals. So I become very specific. So if I know if I'm finishing my daily goals, I am definitely going to get my monthly goal and yearly goal done. And I'm very, very happy to say that I've actually accomplished almost everything except moving to a landed property. Yeah. So I'm actually very proud, because I even qualified for a future president retreat. And I actually wrote that in the beginning of the year. I got no idea how I'm going to qualify, but things actually happened. Yeah.
Very good. So I'm so excited. This is just the beginning for you. And thank you so much for sharing today. And what books are you reading? And can you share a little bit more?
Okay, so I'm actually reading the same book what Zulfa did, is Change Your Mindset, Change Your Life. So basically is that Green Journal, and I do not read one time. I actually read that almost 8 times. Every single time I read, I'm changing to be the better version of myself. And that's how the pin is changing as well. Yeah, so that book is so powerful.
Thank you very much. And, amazing leader, and so excited. Please share with us more next time. And
Sure.
Thank you for having you. Okay. So good job, everybody. Thank you for your patience. Some of you might need to rush, and I totally understand. Or the next few, yeah. So this, today is talk about dream and attitude. I'm not too sure the question I asked, did you understand why I asked this question particular to certain people? And dreams and goals, dreams are the things you can dream about. There's a picture or like something you want, right? But goal is the one who really put into action, help you to make it happen. So like this morning I was sharing about, let me see, hold on, yeah? Yes. So like Dream One, write it down, yeah? Okay. So Dream One was sharing about goals. Long range goals is dreams, right? It's inspire your heart, and it make you excited, right? And it's give you that kind of motivation and inspiration every day. But short range goal, which is setting goals for today, setting goal for tomorrow, setting goal for this week, this month, and then divide in a few categories. For example, most of the time when we say it's just how many customer or like how many people we upgrade, how much volume point. I want you to break it down. The economic goals, which is how much I need how much money I need to pay for my bills. That is one. And then second is how much money I wanted to save, right? And so this too is very, very important to write it down. And then also write it down the things you want material-wise, another one. And how many in our Herbalife is how many people you wanted to inspire and help every single month. Set a goal. And then of course, once you've done that, first thing you need to do is to celebrate. I want you to have this celebration. It's just same as when a customer, after the 10 days program, after the 21 days, we ask them to celebrate, right? You need to celebrate as well. And celebration doesn't need to be big, but need to be recognize yourself, what you have done. If you write down all this goal, you should cross one by one and then tell yourself, hey, you did a great job. And then what is next? Okay, so this is something is how you work towards to for yourself, right? Okay, and then this is called goals are the confident boost. It's self-confident booster, yes. So like help you to write it. You know, some of the people are very scared to write down goals, but goals actually, if it's small goals and every day, even just one thing, you know, you finish off talking to people, or like telling your loved one you love them, everything, write it down, and it helps you to cross that is the amazing feelings. Okay, and then of course, last but not least, I wanted to share this. Thank you for your time today. Okay, so this is some of the things I wanted to share. You know, no matter how difficult, like a lot of people around you might not understand why you're doing this. And, you know, most of the people, they admire, or like they feel like, you know, wow, I wanted to be like them. I wanted to earn that much, right? And then when you taking the first step, and then the people around you, they start questioning, hey, you know, are you serious? Put so much time to tell you. They are in the current you, they are surrounding current you, right? So what you need to do is mingle to those who are earning this kind of money, or who have a bigger dreams, or have, like, you know, constantly talk about how to improve themselves. But those who are around you, and then they constantly start questioning like what you're doing, this, no problem. Just say thank you, and then try to instead of getting too emotions, put your energy to focus on those who are chasing their dream, and then focusing on building their better version of themselves. Mingle with them, talk to them more, okay? So dream don't work unless you take action. And then of course, dream versus visions. There's a lot of people have, you know, a person who have a clear idea of the future she looks like. They set out the concrete steps to bring a vision to life, and then they lead a team of the people in that direction. So make sure, write it down, take a photo, okay? So this, the difference of dream and versus visions, okay? Take a screenshot. And then of course, dreams are something you create in your mind that can be needed. Dreams on focus, okay? So last but not least, I want you to do this. This is called the dream board. And, you know, some of you already done it. And I kind of tell you, I did it in, when I think 2015, and then most of the goal I have already achieved. Not necessarily materialistic goal, but sometimes it's, you know, the belief, the way you wanted to feel and stuff like that. Okay. So much, and then thank you for allowing me to share the section with you. And I'm going to pass back to Melina. Thank you.
Thank you, Mama Yan, and all the rest of the speakers today. I'm sure all of you have learned so much, and I really felt so moved by all your sharing of your stories, because some of the stories of the people that I know, these are really different versions and much deeper of versions of their stories that, you know, I've never heard before, and it's really a good learning lesson for all of us as well. But before that, let's just turn all our cameras on and let's take a group photo. Okay, come on, let's have all your cameras on today. So much that we have learned. It really touches the heart, right? Some of the stories that were shared. Okay, so Ryan, you take a photo, right? So let's give our biggest smile. Ready?
Page 1, smile. Okay, hold on, page 2, smile. Hi guys, please turn on your camera. Still got a few more not yet. Turn on your camera, quick. 3, 2, 1, smile. And third one, 3, 2, 1, smile. Awesome. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you everyone for joining this team meeting. I'm sure you have written many pages on the key learnings and also what you should be planning yourself in terms of your goals and dreams. So please write them down, and I'm sure from all the stories you heard from the speakers today, it is still possible what you want to achieve, right? So let's just all make it happen for the month of September. And most important thing is to join us again to the next team meeting next Saturday at 2 p.m. So I'll hope to see you all then. Please get new notebooks or your current notebooks and fill them all with all the golden nuggets that's been shared, right? Thank you.